So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. First and 10. Watson going to throw right away. That is going to be caught by the rookie wideout. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
On first and 10, here's Watson. His throw left side is complete. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's second and 9. Now it's Watson. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Down at the 12. It's first and 10. Back to throw is Watson. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Here's Watson now on second down. That one incomplete.
Goes without saying, like, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
Seventh play of this opening drive, and here's third down. Here's Hines.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Minshew going to open up with a throw. Oh, after the catch, he's hit, and the ball is out. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
Here's 2nd and 2. First carry of the game for Alexander Mattison. And he's going to weave his way forward. It's a first down at the 44-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Putting the tight end in motion. Got a man downfield. It's Devontae. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. A big-time play for Vegas. 32 yards. Throwing on 1st and 10, it's Minshew. That is brought in at the 10. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. And he's going to be taken down right around the 9.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
A run here with Abdullah. Stop at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. So can the defense come up with the early stop here on 3rd and goal? They look to throw it with Minshew. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
When you talk to the coaches around the Cleveland Browns organization about Michael Hall Jr., Mike, the first thing they mention is, for a defensive lineman, we want to knock those offensive linemen off the ball, get into the backfield with quick, strong hands, and that's exactly kind of his play style. So as he continues to develop more consistent pass rush like we saw here, they've got themselves a two-way defensive lineman that they can add to their rotation.
On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And that one is incomplete and brings us to the end of the first quarter of play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Moore going in motion. Watson now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That's great work to get in there and make things difficult defensively, setting up a 4th down. Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, and here's Madison. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Minshew. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
They put Adams in motion. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the play off on 3rd and short. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Straight ahead, here's Madison. And he'll take this one up to about the 34-yard line. On fourth down, last year's All-Pro punter A.J. Cole on now for the Raiders. Nyheim Hines back deep for the Browns. Return man steering clear of this one. They're going to mark it down at the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Play action. Watson going deep downfield for Judy.
Nothing scarier for a quarterback, Mike, than to seeing that ball popped up in the air. It feels like that ball is in the air for an eternity, and all you hope is that it just harmlessly falls to the ground, and fortunately for the offense, that's exactly what it did.
To throw on 2nd down is Watson. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. To the air again, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
A run with Hines. He's going to have a Browns 1st down. He'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Cleveland.
They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And he'll bring this across midfield as this drive is taking shape. A gain of 7 on that one. Second down and 3. Here's Watson. Look at the big guy rumble. And he's in. David Njoku. Touchdown, Browns. That touchdown number 1 for him on the year. What a catch and run by the tight end as he takes it into the end zone and finishes the play. Greg, you know what that's like. Tight end touchdown.
Mike, so often the tight ends are considered to be the possession guys, right? They're the guy you throw it to when you need an easy catch, you need a reliable target. But not this guy. He is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Minshew. Comeback route, and he's got it. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Throwing a comeback route against zone coverage, it can be a little bit tricky. Remember, in zone, the defender's eyes are on the quarterback. So if your receiver doesn't sell that right and this ball's not thrown on time, you're going to end up watching that defender take this thing back the other way.
Here's Abdullah. The ball's out.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll return to Las Vegas after this. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. Throw over the middle, brought in by Adams. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. It's actually the easiest down in football to operate in. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
On 2nd down, here's Minshew. Open man, downfield, it is Adams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. A big play there for the Raiders. 37 yards. Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. To the air once more is Minshew. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Madison. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain.
The thing that stands out to me about this defense, Mike, is they just make you earn everything. They don't concede any downs. You see it here on this last play. Great job here. No gain. Forced 3rd down.
Once more from the 2. 3rd and goal. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their 2nd. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this 2nd quarter. The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked picked off by Juan Thornhill.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Up the sideline at the 35. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Watson now on 1st down. That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Watson. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And the Raiders are gonna have it here as they'll start from their own 7.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Raiders nothing.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Minshew. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On the ground, Abdullah. The ball comes out. And this is taken in by the defense.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Throwing is Watson. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. They'll mark him down there at the 33, but that is good enough. A run gives him a 1st down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
Once again, it's Chubb. And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Moore going in motion. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Hit as he throws and is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Linebackers in general have the reputation of being very instinctive players, and I think we saw it there on that last pass breakup. The ability to diagnose and read the play almost before it even starts. It allows them to be in the right spot at the right time and allows them to make the play. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing is Minshew. To the outside, it's brought in by Adams.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To throw, Minshew. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
You see the rookie tight end, Brock Bowers, pick up the 1st down. Mike, of all the tight ends that I've watched in college over the last, call it 10 years or so, I'm not sure if I've seen a more dynamic, ready for the NFL tight end than Brock Bowers. I mean, 2-time Mackey Award winner, 700-plus yards each of the last 3 seasons. He can get downfield. He can make tough catches. He can run with the ball after the catch. I mean, there's not a lot this guy can't do, and I think he's got a shot to be that next big-time young breakout rookie tight end. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it's going to bring up a third down.
There's a saying on defense, Mike, tips and overthrows, you've got to get those. Those got to turn into interceptions. So if you're the offense here, after you saw that ball batted in the air, man, I can promise you it felt like a lifetime waiting to see if it just falls harmlessly to the ground.
To the air on third down, it's Minshew. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
The Raiders send their punt team out. They'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. Oh, looked like he may have had a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They bring Judy in motion. On first and 10, here's Watson. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Shotgun snap to Watson. And that ball in and out of his, it is incomplete. Might tell you after the game, he should have come up with that one. He does it, and now third down comes up. Out of the gun, Watson. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
Mike, doesn't it just seem like year in and year out, especially on the defensive side of the ball, there's these late round players that kind of burst onto the scene out of nowhere, and there's a reason this guy fell in the draft, but I'll tell you what, he has shown a ton of growth so far this year, and he continues to make his presence felt in the back end of this defense.
Throwing on first and 10, it's Minshew. He's got the tight end Mayer. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it, because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
From the gun, it's a run with Madison. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up. They send the tight end in motion. They'll try and throw with Minshew. This is caught at the 2. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big-time conversion there on 3rd down. Finding yourself trailing at the moment, the last thing you want to do is waste this promising possession. Now, with that throw, they find themselves deep in their opponent's territory. They have to come away with the touchdown.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Alexander Mattison. Touchdown, Raiders. Carlson able to knock through the extra point. And the Raiders are on the board. It's now 13-7. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. To return is Nyheim Hines. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
At their own 42-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. And carry on Richardson there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw is Watson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The drive starts with a run by Madison. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down is Minshew. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Here's a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Minshew. Finding his tight end there.
Out-breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers. Everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
The Raiders have their punt team out there. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. First and 10. Play action. Watson. This is brought in downfield by Judy. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
First down, Browns.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL. Watson, going to give it to Chubb. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Now it's Watson. He finds Judy on that one. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They're locked in on this drive. Second connection for that pair. This one gaining 22. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. On first down, Watson. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is teach tape for man defense, Mike. I mean, he's not looking back at the quarterback at all. He is in the hip pocket of his receiver. He's staying in phase and in rhythm. And then he knows when the wide receiver's hands go up, attack the ball, and that's about as good as it gets.
And the defense all over this one. They knock him down, and it'll go down as a loss of 2.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down, or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Back to throw is Watson. He'll try to hit him with a screen. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
They'll run. This is Hines. And the Browns are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Here's Chubb. And And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Cleveland. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
They'll go for 2 as Watson brings the Browns to the line.
The Browns will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Moore going in motion. Now Watson. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. On first down, here's Minshew. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. To the left side, it is caught by Myers. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Tight end going in motion here. Gets that one complete to his tight end Bowers. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw once more, here's Minshew. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage. We see quarterbacks do that all the time, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
To the air once more is Minshew. That's taken in by the running back, Madison. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Vegas.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
A couple of third down conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Minshew. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Devin Bush. And the Browns are going to take over here at their own 22.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The drive starts with a carry by Ford. This is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, trying to find some place to escape, and there was none. A big loss on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Hines. A hit, and he has lost the football.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball, because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like, because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the number one.
And he will score! Game on! Gardner Minshew. Touchdown, Vegas. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders draw closer here. It's 21-14. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Here's Hines now to return. And he'll be out of bounds just past the 25.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Watson. This throw left is complete with Judy. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Chubb. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining. Here's 2nd and 6. On the handoff, Ford. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Cleveland Browns. They finish off the first month of the season perfect as the victory runs their mark to 4-0. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.